Hello and welcome to episode 83 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
You guys drinking beer, talk what's going on. We like to have our friends on, and we got Ray and Claire with us once again. They're quiet.
Wait, do I have to be quiet or do?
No,
I thought you would say something when I said your name.
Oh,
When I introduced you. We got a very full schedule again, and it's only been a couple of days since we spoke. So, we got our new shit together. Luckily, we didn't have to push it in real hard to get it to fit. It's unfortunate having your shit pushed in when you don't want it done.
oh, come on! You've never tried it.
I said when you don't want it done. Yeah, you can email us at the Jeffrey and Brian Show at gmail.com or do what most people do or try to get in touch with us through Facebook. Because that's an easy way to get in touch with people.
Yep, we haven't been banned from Facebook yet.
No, but we're getting close, aren't we?
No. We just had that one strike, and they said if I removed the offending post, it would help our algorithm. So
I just got something taken down yesterday that I posted on December 2nd about it was a kid from Christmas vacation asking his father why they had to put up, or if they really had to put up all his Christmas lights, and the father said yes, because just like Jeffrey Epstein, they're not going to hang themselves. And yeah,
Always. Never, that joke never gets old. It really doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. That dark humor, that childhood cancer just never gets old.
I can see where somebody would be offended by that, though.
By Epstein killing himself?
Yeah.
Well, I said he didn't kill himself. Right?
Right. Most people say that.
Yeah. Well, it takes a certain kind of mental state to do that. Speaking of crazy mental states, this Michigan woman.
I thought you were gonna. Never mind. I thought you were gonna make a tranny joke for a second.
No.
We were doing a SpongeBob joke.
Yes. I will get back to making fun of you, but I can't make the same token joke every time.
True.
Just no fun. No, this woman blames SpongeBob for why she stabbed and murdered her 3-year-old. SpongeBob told her to. Granted, she was hallucinating on withdrawal from heroin.
I still don't think SpongeBob said that.
No, but if you get hallucinations like that from withdrawing from it, that sounds like a better time than the actual drug. I pay good money for hallucinations. Mushrooms are good. They're fairly cheap. They only go so far.
I guess she wasn't used to certified Joe Biden's crack pipe.
Oh,
we're getting to that story.
Yes, we will get to that one. And damn it, I didn't have it loaded up. I was going to do the circle back thing. I had a clown horn ready because I expected to clown horn today.
Isn't it always a clown horn with us?
I want to use it more because if I had been using it more, it would have worked better with this honk honk protest. But
you hear Babylon B, they're arresting Geese now because they're honking a lot.
Nice.
Good old Babylon B.
Well, the Canadian Geese are how the Canadians are such nice people. You know that, right? They put all their hatred in their geese, then turn them loose in the wild. I don't know how many of you people have ever met a Canadian goose, but they're not the nicest animal on the planet.
Nope.
I mean, they're not like magpies in Australia. They won't just attack you because they want to attack you. But if you, that's not true. They will attack you. And they're vindictive.
They have some issues.
Yeah, and any of our Canadian friends that do listen to this on the podcast version, the audio version, send us some feedback on that. Like, what process, what kind of witchcraft do you use to instill your hatred into these geese, like as like some kind of scapegoat? I'm curious. Are spells cast or animal sacrificed? I don't know.
No, they just play Justin Bieber music for them.
Well, that would piss anyone off. All right. We're
Local
talking about
news.
moving out of Massachusetts for a couple of reasons. And
Cold
I
weather
just
is the one of them.
was that
The cold weather is one of them.
no, I like the cold weather actually, and the
Okay,
wife loves
chasing
it too.
Tom Brady.
Well, everyone here is a pretentious asshole. Everyone's so full of themselves. They're so entitled. That drives me nuts. And I just read a story from the Sentinel and Enterprise that couples in Massachusetts are paying the highest income tax in the nation. Just seems crazy. You know, like,
You should move to Illinois.
well, I'm doing like $1,000 of repairs to my vehicle after every winter because of the potholes that happen. It makes me wonder where all this tax money is going if it's not building and maintaining roads.
Build back better.
Yeah, maybe they're handing out crack pipes.
I saw a cartoon that was saying they're degentrifying everything.
Degentrifying?
Degentrifying everything, making everything a low-income neighborhood, so living is affordable.
Well, gentrification. Oh, yeah, all right.
The other way.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but wasn't gentrification actually like white people moving into black neighborhoods?
And
Now it had a different effect that people
Yeah.
capitalized on, but to degentrify, wouldn't that be segregation?
maybe, I don't know.
Well, that you'd have these white people come in and they buy and they clean up their property. It would make the other pieces of property worth more. Then these people couldn't pay their taxes, so they had to sell their homes, and then they keep cleaning up the neighborhood from the inside out. And basically raised the property value so much that the people living in the houses around it couldn't afford to pay the taxes. And then they had to move into crappier areas, which is funny. It's like, don't you dare come into our city and clean up your house and, get the graffiti off your door.
I mean, if you really want cheap housing, just move to Detroit.
I'm all set with Detroit.
They're selling land, but cheap as hell over there.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaper
Yeah.
in Flint.
Oh,
High
West
quality
Virginia.
water.
Yeah. Just don't light it on
Quality
fire.
H2O.
emphasis on the, oh my God, it's on fire.
Yes, exactly.
My hair's on fire. What you put on it? Water.
I'll put you out. Whoosh! Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize you were a grease fire. Okay, those offices that were killed down there that we talked about Saturday.
Yep.
You've got a follow-up?
Yep. I did a follow up on it. Apparently, this was a 27-year-old former student. He dropped out of college there. He was on the track and field team. And apparently, they've had issues with him on the campus before because he's been banned from certain locations on the campus. And so
Okay.
when he showed up in the cafeteria area, they were expecting a bunch of people called 911. And then these two, one was a police officer, one was a safety officer that confronted him at first. Interestingly, one's white and one's black. And they were supposed to be like thick as thieves, they did everything together. And
Why is that interesting?
because when people think of cops, they don't think of black police officers getting along with white police officers, which they weren't both police officers. One was a safety officer. So
I've never heard that stereotype before.
it's out
Right.
there.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure you're probably referring to that stereotype you see when you watch like a New York cop show or like an LA cop show, because the black cops are actually being kicked in the teeth and put down and kept out of high-ranking places in those heavily Democrat-run cities. Because I've seen that stereo paradigm play out on TV before, but I've never heard people actually.
Yeah. So he attended school from 2013 to 2017. And in 2017, he was charged with trespassing after being banned.
Okay.
So it sounds like he's had a history of issues with the campus for whatever reasons.
I wonder if he's going to get some kind of aggravated offense then, or if he's going to get a lighter sentence because he's clearly not well in the head if he keeps going back to this place.
Well, he's been charged with 5 felonies as of right now. So,
Well, yeah, you still have to charge him with murder. You know what I mean?
mm,
Well, actually, not. It's probably not murder. It's probably man 2 or something like that, or manslaughter. Whatever. I don't care that much. He's gonna go to prison for a long time, probably.
yeah.
So what's going on in Virginia, man? Like,
We're getting a new tunnel.
yeah, I guess you're doubling the size of the Herbert.
Yeah, of the HRBT, the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel.
Well, it's about
Yeah.
time.
And one of the cranes that's working on it went for a swim today.
Yeah, it walked off the barge. They said, right?
Yep.
Cranes don't walk.
The crawl.
Yeah, I didn't understand that terminology myself. But
Oh my God.
apparently, it
Assuming
must
it
have
was-
happened in slow motion because the crane operator was able to get out of it before it hit the water. So,
That's
What?
probably
Did
exactly
you
what
got
happened.
videos? That would be awesome.
It would have been awesome. Apparently, the
Yeah.
wreckage that was still there, like passersby driving down the bridge, like we're looking at this crane sticking out of the ocean.
yeah, yeah.
When I hear it walked off, though, what I'm picturing is like it was wobbling back and forth, and it slowly moved towards the edge, kind of thing. Like, you know, like high seas. You know what I mean? Like when a table would skitter across the deck in high
Yeah,
seas.
they were saying it was equipment malfunction.
Mm,
Chains probably broke.
probably the whole. Yeah.
What do you do though? Like, okay, you're the crane operator, and something's going wrong, and you get out, you run, but you're on a barge. Where do you go?
It's
Like
a big barge.
big enough for a crane to fall down, you to be certain it's not going to land on you?
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can imagine once that thing fell off, the whole thing just must have whipped up out of the water. You know what I mean? The
Uh-huh.
barge.
Mm.
Well, how much does one of those things weigh? It's got to displace a significant amount of water.
I don't know. Let's ask our resident heavy equipment operator. Right?
I don't know. I don't operate cranes.
Yeah, and there's different size cranes too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just nuts. I can't imagine what that cost, and no one got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of good. It is good.
Thank God for insurance. But
Yeah.
what kind of crazy team are they using to fish that thing out?
I don't know. They're working on it already. So,
Because you're not just leaving it there.
no, they can't.
Wow. Yeah.
Aircraft carriers need to come through here.
We got you know how the drill thing, the drilling
The bore
underwater,
machine.
the bore machine is here
Yeah.
now. The Europe, the biggest one ever.
Is that the same one I just saw on Oak Island?
I don't know.
The
I don't
the
watch
wife
that.
watches that. Yeah, the wife watched that Curse of Oak Island show, and I laughed
This
so hard. I
one-
was like, "Huh?"
This one bores, and once it finished boring, it places
Yeah, it puts up like a wall basically,
behind
seals
it.
it off, and pulls it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one these guys are using was like 10 feet across or something like that. I was like, "That's enormous!" Like, what do you do with something like this?
Yeah.
Especially on an island.
Well, they're looking for a treasure
Oh, okay.
that's
Oh.
alleged that they think was put there by the Knights Templar. They're finding neat stuff, but I genuinely think this is a giant troll, and somebody planted all this crap like 200 years ago. Because the first team that went in did some crap, and now people are finding all this evidence. I'm like, they planted all that shit. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
Reality TV at its best.
Well, a bunch of people have actually died on this island looking for this treasure, and the legend says that one more has to die before it's ever found.
I think construction guy put in like those fake skeleton, like
Yeah.
when they build houses.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh,
plastic
yeah.
and glows in the dark.
You'll be calling cops like, "Hey, call the forensic team. We got a body here."
Well, like they had this guy come in who was dating stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know, usually they was giving these weird dates around like 1600 or whatever, or even like 1200."
Mhm.
Then he goes, oh yeah, this was like the year 7. It's like, no. It's like, no. All right, back to Virginia.
Yep.
Loudoun
Apparently,
County.
Loudoun County schools have been accused of advising staff on how to obtain warrants against mass dissenters.
How have
Students.
all of these people not lost their jobs yet?
You know, it's funny how the Democrat used to say about like, oh, school got this school to prison pipeline and stuff like that. You know, we need to cut down on not to report crimes and stuff like that. But yeah, if you don't wear a mask, they're gonna call trespassing on you.
My biggest question is on this is, how is this not considered an act of I forget what the terminology would be, but it's like government overreach of a criminal level. I mean, they're using tyranny, but the actual crime I'm thinking of is like they're using the police as their secret police to control the masses. I mean, that's got to violate some sort of constitutional precedents.
Well, the police are here to control stuff, but what laws are these children violating in Virginia?
Trespass. They're gonna use trespassing on them.
How?
I don't know.
It's a public school that they're required by law to attend.
Yeah.
How can you then charge them for trespassing for showing up? This is what blows my mind, and no one's accepting this argument for some reason. Like, oh, that makes sense to me. I'm like, I don't understand. Just like getting arrested for walking into a public building when the police held the door open for you.
Yeah, it honestly, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just thinking that like grander scale. I mean, these parents should take the school to court in the state courts.
They are now, right? Oh no, they accused him of something.
Yeah.
Vote them all out of office.
Yeah, they are.
And make sure that whoever comes in fires everyone. You know. But telling these teachers how to get a warrant for a kid. You want him to have a criminal record?
Yeah, school to prison pipeline right there, man, by the Democrats.
Yeah, arrest him in school because you showed up to school.
Yeah.
Oh, you came to. You're supposed to be at home in a computer by yourself with a mask on, in a bubble.
Well, speaking of masks, most of the red states have kind of, given up on the mask mandates for schools, but now the blue states are starting to get in on the game.
Very blue states.
Connecticut, Delaware, New Jersey, and Oregon have all said they're going to drop their mask mandates for schools.
But Virginia's still trying to arrest kids for it.
Only certain schools. Well, see, there was another court case that came through that said that the court agreed with the governor that the city can't dictate, they can't change the rules that the governor puts in place. So we got 2 conflicting court cases going on right now, and we'll see how it plays out.
Well, normally the state rules apply, and then you can do anything you want within the rules, right?
No, we have 2 different state courts that have said 2 different things.
No, but I mean, typically speaking, if the governor did something legal, then the school wouldn't be allowed to say, no, that doesn't apply. Now, unless they had certain precedent anyway, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a state could say, we don't allow abortion in our state because we don't believe Roe versus Wade actually says you can have an abortion. But that's an argument for a courtroom, which is actually happening right now,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Still bothers me. I'm going to say it one more time. Roe versus Wade does not say you can have an abortion. It's your right to medical privacy.
I think there's all this blue state dropping the mask mandate in schools because they know they're not going to be a winning issue in this midterm coming up.
That's kind of that
was one of our predictions that COVID was going to be over here shortly, so that Republicans couldn't campaign against Democrats on it. So
All right. I thought you put more detail in there. I actually went to the predictions page.
No.
I did say, yeah, we did say that by midterms or at midterms, this is going to just end. They're either going to try to say that they solved the problem and it's over, or people are going to vote them all out, and the Republicans are going to show up and say, oh, it's done. It's gone. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. This is an easy transition from the mask mandates in different places straight into
You're not gonna talk about the kids protesting in that school? I didn't hear.
which one?
The
one in
one in
California?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was funny.
Yeah, bring it up. Tell me about it. I, for whatever reason, don't have the link.
Yeah, I
It's
don't have the
down.
link.
It's
but
down further in the document. It's about chocolate milk.
chocolate milk.
Oh,
They were protesting for what?
Yeah. Chocolate milk.
I thought you were talking about a COVID protest.
No.
Yeah,
it
the
was a
fourth
protest.
graders.
Chocolate milk
yeah.
was removed from the school because it wasn't healthy enough, and so the
still-
fourth graders protested and got
Yeah, it
their
was a-
chocolate milk back.
It was a K through 8.
Yeah,
And-
KJ8.
Actually, we'll get back to that because I think I used that to slide into the next topic later.
Well, Stacey Abrams, the
Speaking of masks and kids,
unelected Georgia governor, who is running for re-election,
in the safest and most pure election ever in the history of the world, the election was
Yeah.
stolen from her. Official narrative here.
but she never conceded. So as far as she's concerned, she's the governor of the state.
She said she won, not just didn't concede. She said she won, and the ballot box was stuffed. Come on.
So she's out hanging out with kids, not wearing masks. And the first story that came out about it, her press secretary came out, was like, oh, well, she only did that for the photo, blah, 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 blah.
She held her breath.
Yeah, that's the line that they're going with these days.
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. And now there's more photos coming out from her wandering around the kids with the kids are all wearing their masks, but she's not. So this just goes to show this is more theater of the mind than anything at all.
But she's got to get recognized for being the governor.
She needs to get hit by a truck.
No, you know what they should do? They should
Uh-huh.
impeach her. They should impeach her.
That would be pretty funny. Oh, I can't stop belching. It's disgusting.
But speaking of masks, we do have a new PSA we're getting paid to do.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Let's hear
Let me
it.
get
All right.
myself prepared too.
Yeah, let me get myself.
I need my PPE.
Standing by.
Mm-mm.
I just need some PPE. Claire's got the actual public service announcement. I just want to make sure that I'm helping.
Are you gonna drink that beer now? Through your beak?
Very carefully.
Is this Fauci approved?
This is Fauci approved. It actually comes straight from the I Am the Science Foundation. No, but the PSA is warning that masks are failing. We're still getting the spread of COVID. If you sneeze, they're no longer effective. If you touch your face, so they're recommending you go take extra measures.
You could go to the bank with that too,
Oh yeah, the bank. It works at the bank. I mean,
You
did
get
that
cash
earlier.
back. They give you
Yeah.
cash back too,
Exactly, like pantyhose, not just for robbing banks anymore.
I love the signs where you go into the convenience stores and there's like no hoodies, but you can wear a mask.
We talked about this as the whole thing started. I was like, it's illegal to walk into a lot of different buildings with a mask on.
So, hey, we had an incident here in this area too. There's a guy.
How does
who
that-
went and robbed-
How does that
We're
breathe,
robbing-
Claire?
Horrible.
Okay.
It feels like a head condom. It really
my God.
does.
I wouldn't know what that feels like.
What's a condom?
So we had an incident. This guy went to rob a store in here, and you can wear a face mask everywhere. He did not wear a face mask at all, and he had it dangling from his ear.
I'm not surprised. You don't need to anymore. You can just walk in and take what you want and walk out.
Yeah.
You talking about San Francisco again?
No.
Or New
In
York?
DC this week too.
Yeah. All right. Back to the COVID and the kids that we were discussing there with Stacey Abrams and face masks and yada 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 yada. I need to start watching the show as much as I don't want to, but The View.
It's on while we're at work.
Yeah, good.
You'll have to record it.
It was Sunny.
I don't even know who this person is.
I don't know who any of these people are. I saw they say stupid things, and I listen to them. But she said that like 1% of kids are dying of COVID. It's like 0.008.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's just for the flu, I believe, is 0.008. COVID among children actually has a lower mortality rate than the flu.
Yeah, a Chernobyl Ukrainian can count as all of the kids that have died of COVID on his left hand.
Well, she came out with an actual number. She said 2,500 deaths are COVID from parents aren't vaccinating their kids.
That was not accurate at all.
So she even went further off the deep end, blaming all the children's deaths on vaccination. So she's sticking with the Biden theme, saying this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Then so what? Let the unvaccinated die, and then it won't be a problem anymore. They're saying we should die. They're running people over in Maine. I'm sorry, in Canada, trying to kill people. Let them die then.
Close enough.
Honestly, I just think that these people should be held to the same standards they hold Joe Rogan to, and could be called out as fake news.
Yeah, we'll be getting to Joe Rogan here very soon. Yeah, Neil Young. He did that whole I'm all about free speech, but I don't have to put myself in the same place as someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now he's encouraging people to quit their jobs. Because you know that the average person who has a job is a wage slave. You know, they can just say F it and not work anymore because they have $100 million for selling music.
Will Neil Young
ago.
be replacing their incomes from quitting at Spotify?
Of course not. Of course not. Oh my God. You know, Young can say what he wants. I think he's just a dummy. He's 100 years old. He's irrelevant. He hasn't done anything in what?
30 years?
Yeah, 50 years maybe? Okay, maybe not 50, but.
Not the difference, 40.
Yeah. He's a billion years old. And now they're all butthurt. Now they're not only butthurt that Joe Rogan is interviewing people that invented stuff that are experts. Now they're upset that he's used the N-bomb over his history.
No, how many? I mean, let's go back. I mean, we've probably all done it once or twice in our lifetimes.
Heck, Biden said it multiple times on TV.
I have
You got a
clip actually. Yeah, let me get my my screen share sound set up going here. Basic.
Without using his exact words, I believe one of the phrases was racial jungle. So.
Oh yeah, I don't want my children to grow up in a jungle, a racial jungle.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one.
This
here.
wasn't a story about him being at the pool as a lifeguard.
Oh no. There we go. I'll just.
Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
That's Joe Biden right there. This is Bernie Sanders.
I am not going to be niggardly.
Yeah, but that's a different word. That's an actual different word.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yes, and what does it mean?
I don't know.
It means done lazily. What does the N-bomb we're not supposed to use actually mean in the dictionary?
Ignorant.
A lazy, ignorant person. Oh, I just laugh. And the best part is the left came to the defense of Biden about that. Oh crap! I closed the wrong thing. Yeah, the left came to Biden's defense about this crap.
Of course they will.
Like oh, context. You don't understand context. Context. It's like that was you didn't listen to any of that Joe Rogan stuff, then, did you?
Nope.
Because he was talking to people about the use of the word and the history of the word. And he, in his apologies, which is why you never apologize to the mob, he even said
it doesn't help any.
Yeah, I realize now it's never acceptable in any context. And people are like, finally he gets it. Then they get the Joe Biden clip, like, well, context. It's like you said never any context ever, Even Andrew Yang, I'm not impressed with Andrew Yang.
The only issue I got with him is like, how you gonna be a politician? It's not stick up to somebody. I mean, to the mob, and like
that's
you
how
gonna
politicians get elected. They pander to the mob because those are the people torches.
But he's just gonna cave into the mob. Like no, like you got no balls. Him and The Rock too. The Rock cave into, like really do like. Yeah, you say you're gonna vote for Joe Biden, one thing, like, all right, whatever, then you like stick up with Joe Rogan, like, cool, not bad. Next, you just apologize because somebody post like what Joe Rogan did like years ago. Like,
that's
come
because
on,
the Democrats are better at organizing than the Republicans are. Democrats live in high urban high density areas. Someone can walk into one building and talk to 1,000 Democrats, or likely Democrats, versus your more Republican voting areas. You might have to walk a mile or drive a mile between houses to speak to two people,
And that's why we got electoral college.
That's exactly why it's an electoral college. It's so farmers aren't being turned into slaves by New York City and Los Angeles.
But they would love to.
Of course they do. We're getting ready for this civil war right now, and it's over the same crap as the last one, slavery. The left seems to think they have the right to tell everyone else what to do, how to do it. And you know what? I shouldn't have to work. We're going to make you go make food, because apparently they don't realize that steaks don't come from the supermarket.
Right.
I love those quotes.
Oh my God. Have you seen these people actually say this crap?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, why do you shoot an animal? Why don't you just get meat from the supermarket like everywhere else, or it wasn't made from an animal? And you're like, oh boy. We got to show you how a slaughterhouse works.
That might turn them vegan, though.
Well, just like
they're
the guy.
Vegan.
What's up?
They're really vegan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Never watch how a sausage is made. And what was that book about making sausage? When crap, the guy's hand went in it. It was a book I had to read for high school a long time ago.
Rumble's making a move to try to build up their base, and they've offered Joe Rogan $100 million over 4 years to leave Spotify and come over to Rumble.
No way, it's gonna happen. I'm sure there's some kind of penalty if Rogan just walks away from his contract. You know what I mean?
Well,
No, but
what if Spotify finally says bye-bye and they pay out their money? There's nothing stopping Joe Rogan from making another $100 million and going to Rumble.
True, but I think Spotify stood behind Rogan and said, we're not taking him down for dropping the N-word. Rogan was the one who took down those videos, or those files. So Spotify stood by him. They got too much invested in the guy.
For now.
Well, all these musicians that are complaining, Rogan gets more listens in a month than all of these people combined.
Right.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I like Neil Young's music. He did some really good music.
But Joe Rogan is on the the paid side of Spotify. So it's a reason for people. A lot of people subscribe to Spotify just to listen to Joe Rogan
because he went to Spotify from the free YouTube.
Yeah.
Now you can listen to Joe Rogan free on Spotify, I think, but there's a lot of commercials. A lot of commercials.
Can't be as many commercials as iHeartRadio.
I gave up on all of them a long time ago. I use YouTube to listen to music mostly now because typically speaking, I only have to listen to a 5 seconds of a commercial and I can skip it, you know? Yeah, but all right. So they've accused him of misinformation. They've accused him of racism.
That didn't work. That didn't work.
It didn't work. Exactly. It didn't work. So next, how many people did he rape? That's what's coming next. He sexually harassed or assaulted someone because they seem to have 3 bullets and that's it.
He ordered a gangbang.
Yeah. He was the one who actually hired the hookers for Trump to piss on the Obama bed in Russia.
Probably, yeah.
Was it really named the Obama bed? Please tell me it was.
Well, no, it was allegedly a bed that Obama stayed in, right?
It was a room that they stayed in when he was in Russia.
All right. Someone take us into this Capitol Police crap.
Well, now that the Capitol Police have been accused of illegally entering GOP offices, taking pictures of documents that are protected by, law.
Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution, I believe.
Spying on government officials, basically.
Yeah, actually, there's way more to this than I think is in this article. Like apparently, federal agents showed up at a different time, dressed as construction workers, and did a whole bunch of similar stuff recently. And I guess the DOJ somehow got the mail of some congressmen, Republican congressmen, and opened their mail, then resealed it, stamped it, and finished delivering it.
That's illegal too.
Yes.
Oh, that's highly illegal.
That's a federal offense.
That's felony federal offense. Like you can't hold office anymore offense.
Yeah,
I don't know. Tim Pool talked about it today. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know. The guy's pretty compelling.
This just reeks of why we need somebody to drain the swamp, because these are entrenched bureaucrats that think that they can control things. They have the backing of the Democrats right now, and they're using themselves as political weapons against the out party, the Republicans.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, like they're using the Justice Department like a weapon.
And this is ugly, no matter how you spin it. I would rather us all get along, left and right, but this is brewings of something bigger. This is
already begun.
Yeah,
it's even crazy. I've been saying this for a while.
I just think this is going to erupt.
It's already erupted
in Canada.
No, fuck that. Let's go back even further. We had the Capital Autonomous Zone. They declared independence of the United States
in Seattle.
And that I don't know what counts as an insurrection besides declaring independence from the United. Well, they didn't try to depose the government, I suppose. But they declared independence and refused to let emergency vehicles in, to include police and ambulances and fire trucks. That wasn't violent, was it? That was a peaceful protest.
Yeah, because a car got shot up and people died. So peaceful.
Yeah, it blows my mind. But they're like, oh, where's the violence happening? And you point at it. Like, well, that wasn't real violence. That was because people had political disagreements, like in a civil war.
And GoFundMe collected money for those people and didn't try to give it to people, different charities.
Oh, yeah. The charity GoFundMe was going to give the truckers money to. I bet it was going to be BLM. Just like Illinois, let's just dump our money into this project.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of the truckers, CNN is called these people what, a threat to democracy or something,
Yeah.
and it's sedition.
Uh-huh.
How so? It's a workers rising up to have their voice heard. It's in fact an actual protest and not a riot.
Yeah, and they're cleaning up the cities. I just don't understand how how is it anything that the Democrats disagree with a threat to democracy? Like they lose a vote and it's a threat to democracy.
Yep.
Like that's literally democracy working.
Yeah.
I think the average person who listens to CNN honestly doesn't know what these words mean.
Probably not.
They probably think that democracy stands for Democrat.
Maybe it might be, and it might be like Whoopi Goldberg, who's had so much bullshit drilled into her head by the mainstream narrative, and that she started spitting it out and honestly thinks the Nazis weren't racist.
And they probably also think the name of the party is Democratic.
Maybe, I don't know about that. I'm only speculating, and I'm sure you guys are too, but I just don't understand. It seems to the words they use, and they're intentionally changing the definition of these words.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you pointed out to them like, oh yeah, it's close enough. Well, trans, for example, used to be a word we used to describe a person transitioning from one sex to another instead of calling them a lady boy. Right?
No, he, she.
Yeah, like
She,
or
no.
chicks with dicks. Like this is a word with, and now it means I'm an attack helicopter, therefore I'm trans.
Yeah, we all know my feelings on the larger movement as a whole, and
Well, yeah, you're even worse than a TERF. You're a TERT. You're a trans exclusionary trans.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying we need to purge.
One's coming, and I can't wait. Question is, do I want to be in Massachusetts when it happens or Virginia?
At least in Virginia, you can own a gun.
I can own a gun here. It's just difficult.
No.
But,
At least you can open carry in Virginia.
oh, yes. But everyone here who would actually decide to fight me over this crap, I could probably beat with a baseball bat, let alone a bow or a pole arm.
Baseball bat. You don't want to use a woofy ball? Woofy bat? Yeah, that would be much funnier.
It would be. Watch it just keep warping and bending around their face.
And they probably start crying too.
Well, the Ottawa mayor has declared a state of emergency as the police are threatening arrest for bringing gas. Somebody's bringing it. They don't want the Freedom Convoy to have any more gas. So.
Yeah, by the way, a judge already said, no, you can't do that. Give the people back their gas cans. It's like, for all you know, someone walked 2 miles in 0-degree weather to get gasoline for the car, and the cops just walk up and take it from them,
Oh, wow.
I don't understand how taking their gas accomplishes anything. You're just making sure that they can't leave.
Exactly. You're gridlocking the city. Take away their fuel. They had a whole Spartacus issue. People just started walking around with empty gas cans or gas cans full of water just to tie up the police.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's like, oh, it's an empty can. You back off. This is after that they threatened to call in the military, and the military's like, yeah, no, fuck you guys. We're not getting involved. And
apolitical. That's good. Good to know that didn't happen.
Even the tow truck drivers contracted with the city are going, nope, we're good.
yeah, it's like, yeah, we're all set.
Well, no, I heard like the tow truck company was like, oh, we got COVID, we cannot go.
Well, I mean, people that actually work understand. Don't piss off the truckers.
Yeah. Everything moves around the country on truck.
The tow trucks need equipment and parts and tools that show up in trucks.
Yeah.
Like, if I piss off all the truckers, they'll put my company on a list, and no one will deliver parts to me ever.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go to Harbor Freight or wherever it is up in Scandinavia, Canada.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh, bless you guys.
Fuck a boot and find dudes.
Circle back.
All right, yeah. Here comes that circle back.
The circle back.
Well, they were getting ready to
No,
shut
I thought
everyone
we
down.
had an audio interlude.
I did, but okay. I switched it to a horn, I think. Yeah. I never did it. Whatever. Canada's refusing to negotiate with these people, period. They won't even speak with them, these truckers. Fourth graders in California got the chocolate milk taken away and managed to negotiate it back. But these fourth graders got ripped off in their deal.
Yeah, they don't know how to negotiate. They need better representation.
What happened?
They only got, it was on the menu one day every other week is when they get the chocolate milk now. This sounds like a Michelle Obama lunch plan where they get a rotten banana and a potato skin, you know?
Yeah, I remember that Michelle Obama was like, well, pizza's, you guys need vegetables. So they relabel pizza vegetables now.
No, just put some vegetables on the pizza. It's easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess the kids are gonna learn the hard lesson. You better probably gonna go protest again. That's kind of funny. I was laughing when I heard about that.
Yeah, and then there you go. We got these fourth graders doing these negotiations, get the chocolate milk bag, and then Joe Biden.
He's doing some negotiations of his own with Russia.
Oh my God. He said that the Nord Stream thing.
Yeah, he said if Russia invades Ukraine, he's going to bomb the Nord Stream 2 pipeline.
My mistake. I didn't actually read this article. I usually do.
Well, he said it will not be operational. So I think it is for the easiest way for a pipeline not to be operational.
I think what Biden is saying is that he won't authorize its operation because
I think it's too late now. I think
a couple weeks ago this came up.
He already authorized it, and it's probably close to completion. So, I mean, I don't think he has a whole lot of. The only way to stop it from being operational now is to destroy it.
I agree, but I think Biden doesn't realize that. I think that he genuinely thinks he could say, no, I don't authorize it. And it just won't work because this came up a little while ago when they were saying, oh, well, they just can't have the Nord Stream pipeline. And the reporter or whatever, the congressman, I think, said, I can't remember who, I wish I did, said something along the lines of like, I thought it would operate right now. Like, well, yeah, but it hasn't been turned on yet. It's like, yeah, but that means they could just flip the switch, right? And like, oh yeah, but we didn't tell them they could yet. I think that's the way Biden sees it.
It doesn't work that way.
No, they can flip the switch themselves. It's a valve.
Yeah.
But that would be a genuine act of war if we bombed the Nord Stream pipeline from Russia to Europe.
And probably the dumbass would get us into it.
I'm glad I'm too old and have already served.
Yeah, I got my D214 and I did my 8 years.
Yep. And I even got a tattoo on my hand when I got out, so they wouldn't let me back in. But now you're allowed to tattoo your hands.
That would suck if all of us got drafted again. Or all of us got pulled in.
I'm almost 40.
I've already got my paperwork from the Fleet Reserve. I'm out.
I'm gonna transgender to a liberal. So no, I don't know how to operate a gun.
So
I'm scared.
There's a few reporters out there that still are willing to ask the hard questions.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. It's the same guy in both these stories.
From Fox.
Just a heads up.
No,
is it from Fox?
Brian's screen sharing a black screen.
Yeah, no. I see. Oh, I can see.
Brian has no idea what he's doing here.
No, I see your email. Is that porno, dude?
Yeah, you were supposed to bring this stuff up first and then share it.
One possible option the Russians are considering, and which we made public today, involves the production of a propaganda video, a video with graphic scenes of false explosions, depicting corpses, crisis actors pretending to be mourners, and images of destroyed locations or military equipment, entirely fabricated by Russian intelligence. To be clear, the production of this propaganda video is one of a number of options that the Russian government is developing as a fake pretext to initiate and potentially justify military aggression against Ukraine. We don't know if Russia will necessarily use this or another option in the coming days. We are publicizing it now, however, in order to lay bare the extent of Russia's destabilizing actions towards Ukraine and to dissuade Russia from continuing this dangerous campaign and ultimately launching a military attack. Russia has signaled it's willing to continue diplomatic talks as a means to de-escalate, but actions such as these suggest otherwise. We will continue to diligently work together with our allies and partners to expose Russian disinformation and other hybrid tactics used against Ukraine. We continue to work to prevent any effort Moscow might make to justify further military action in Ukraine. We again urge Russia to stop its destructive and destabilizing disinformation campaign, to de-escalate tensions, and to engage in diplomacy and dialogue for a peaceful solution. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, well, that's quite a mouthful there. So you said actions such as these suggest otherwise, suggest meaning that they suggest they're not interested in talks and they're going to go ahead with some kind of a... What action are you talking about?
One, the actions I've just pointed to. The fact that Russia continues to engage in disinformation campaigns.
No, you made an allegation that they might do that. Have they actually done it?
What we know, Matt, is what I have just said, that they have engaged in this activity, in this planning activity. But let me because obviously this is not the first time we've made these reports public. You'll remember that just a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry, made what report public?
If you'll let me finish, I will tell you what report we made public. We told you a few weeks ago that we have information indicating Russia also has already prepositioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine. So that, Matt, to your question, is an action that Russia has already taken.
It's an action that you say that they have taken, but you have shown no evidence to confirm that. And I'm going to get to the next question here, which is, what is the evidence that they... I mean, this is like crisis actors, really? This is like Alex Jones territory you're getting into. What evidence do you have to support the idea that there is some propaganda film in the making?
I wish I had checked with Alex
Now,
Jones.
this is derived from information known to the U.S. government, intelligence information that we have declassified. I think you know...
Okay, well, where is it? Where is this information?
It is intelligence information that we have declassified.
Well, where is it?
I just gave it to you.
Classified information?
I just delivered it.
No, you made a series of allegations and statements.
Would you like us to print out the topper? Because you will see a transcript of this briefing that you can print out for yourself.
That's not evidence, Ned. That's you saying it. That's not evidence. I'm sorry.
I can print this out. You can read it if you want.
I would like to see some proof that you can show that.
Matt, you have been
that shows that the Russians are doing this. Ned, I've been doing this for a long time.
I know, that was my point. You have been doing this for quite a while. You know that when we declassify intelligence information, we do so in a means. We do so with an eye to protecting sources and methods.
Is not going to fall. I remember a lot of things. So
yeah, weapons mass destruction.
Where is the declassified information other than you coming out here and saying?
Matt, I'm sorry you don't like the format, but we have declassified.
It's not the format; it's the content.
I'm sorry you don't like the content. I'm sorry you are doubting the information that is in the possession of the U.S. government.
No,
what I'm telling you is that this is information that's available to us. We are making it available to you in order for a couple reasons. One is to attempt to deter the Russians from going ahead with this activity. Two, in the event we're not able to do that, in the event the Russians do go ahead with this, to make it clear as day, to lay bare the fact that this has always been an attempt on the part of the Russian Federation to fabricate a pretext.
Yeah, we didn't actually see any of that. We just saw like the background of your phone.
Really?
Okay, I got one question. What information did he release?
Nothing.
He just nothing.
Yeah,
He just
You're
said
asking
it.
the same question the reporter did.
That's like the dude
Is
just
it-
ran
I just-
around the bush chasing his tail. If the
Well, it's-
bush was the information, he missed it completely.
It seemed like the press guy there for what State Department was it?
Yeah, State Department, Matt Lee.
It seems like they did this to him on purpose and sent him out there. With
Oh yeah,
no-
Ned Price. Yeah, yeah. He's not like the main spokesperson. He's like one of the assistants.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, we got nothing, so send this jackass out to look like a dumbass instead of us, and
Yeah.
But dear God, he's like, oh well, I just gave it to you. He's like, no, that you accuse someone something of something that is not evidence. It's like at that point he should be like, all right, officers, please arrest this man for raping 4-year-olds. And he goes, what? He's like, well, we just presented the evidence because you've been accused. You know what I mean?
Well, and then Ned Price got into it again with Matt Lee over the government lifting Iranian sanctions in hopes that we can get them back to the nuclear table and get that great nuclear peace treaty back in place again. That was a stupid idea to begin with from the Obama administration. And it wasn't a peace treaty.
Yeah. No, we basically said they could build a bomb under that thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was a time limit. It's like, okay, after so much time, you're allowed to build the bomb with it. Too.
I think, like after 10 years.
Yeah. So we want a nuclear Iran in 2032 if we started it over now. And if we didn't start it over, it's in like 4 years they're allowed to have a bomb.
Yeah. And well, Iran's already said that we're not doing enough. They want more.
The largest funder of terror on the planet.
Yep.
Wants access to nuclear weapons. Go figure.
We should send Joe by the package. Joe by the package, a bunch of crack pipes and stuff.
Well, no, Joe signing off on the whole thing, but Hunter is the one he's going through for quality control and make sure that they're proper and they work right. And
okay, this is gonna be a while then.
Yeah, and then he's gonna put his painting on it so that he can make sure that these crack pipes we're giving out cost $20,000 a piece.
Oh man, that's awesome, man.
Where is did we miss that article?
No, it's in the purple
No,
of they're not related to anything garbage that I usually put at the end.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying new things with the colors in the Google Doc.
We need to put a color chart here.
Well, the representative from Virginia has come out and she's a Democrat representative, and she actually came out and said, hey, we need to decide if we're going to support Taiwan or not, and we need to tell people what we're going to do. Because she's saying that the treaty, the act that we signed with Taiwan when they got away from China, only supplies them with military supplies. It actually doesn't say we will militarily defend them.
They didn't really get away from China. The Chinese Communist Party took over mainland China. Taiwan's the rightful government of China.
But it's interesting that a Democrat would say, hey, maybe because she's up for re-election.
Oh, she is.
She's trying to swing a little bit more to the right to sway the military voters that are in her district.
Or maybe she's just trying to make the point of we have to make this public in advance, because when it goes down inevitably, someone's going to be pissed off we weren't on their side. If they knew in advance, maybe it won't start a war.
Right.
That's been, and maybe that's her, like you said, trying to shift more to the right, because your average person who votes Republican or anything left of right of Pol Pot, thinks of stuff like this. It's like, oh, well, this is more important than just Joe Rogan said the N-word when he was talking to Chris Rock about the history of the N-word.
Right.
Yeah, one of my things about this though is completely lost my train of thought. I do not know what's going on.
Did Did you guys see the video though of Joe Rogan dropping the N bomb over and over again over like 11 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, jeez, I gotta say that was kind of excessive, wasn't it? I was like, it was a lot of time.
Well, another aspect we got to look at for Taiwan is they've got all our military technology there already. They've got our missile descent systems. They've got our destroyers. They've got our cruisers. So if China does come in and take them over, well, guess what China now has? They have access to all the technology we've given Taiwan over the years.
And the Chinese are right enough to reverse engineer it too.
Yes.
I mean, they've been killing in the Olympics.
Well, that's because they're cheating
and disqualifying people, or getting Americans to give up their citizenship for a little while the Olympics are going on.
I think it's hilarious. Hilarious. Like, oh, these ski jumpers jump further than our ski jumpers. They're all disqualified. Even though
because they're wearing baggy clothes.
I understand the idea behind that. Like because you could do a flying squirrel thing. Like they make those suits that you they make those suits you wear and you jump off of buildings, then you open a parachute and I understand that argument, but they let these people compete in the same stuff the day before. And it was like 5 different countries or something that they disqualified.
Yeah, they didn't like the results, so they realized they got to disqualify them.
And they did the same thing, and was it a short track or some weird speed skating thing? A short relay.
Yeah.
They disqualified the entire American team. They disqualified an entire other team to put China. China shouldn't even have made it into the finals, and all of a sudden they had the gold medal. And there's a picture, a video of them actually pushing down another skater.
Yeah.
So even South Korea speaking out, and South Korea is like pretty chill. Like, what have they done in the last 50 years?
But the problem is like the Chinese mentality is they're number one. They're gonna prove it. They want to upshow us all right now because they're the rising superpower to dominance. I think that they want their own Usain Bolt versus the Aryan dude moment.
I think that's a mistake, though. They have to admit that they're human and aren't. They can't go Kim Jong-un and say we win every event. You know what I mean? I think this is a mistake, and it's showing a lot of the world what's actually happening. That's like, we see you cheating, and no one has the balls besides a handful of athletes in South Korea to say anything. They disqualified an entire American skating team.
Oh yeah.
And another thing that they talked about on the No Agenda show was there was a Danish reporter that was doing a stand-up report, and they didn't like the background of the stand report. So
he wasn't in the Potemkin village.
Yeah, he wasn't in the approved location, and he was showing the depravity of the area, and they freaked out and shut down the broadcast.
Oh, not just that, they manhandled them.
Yeah.
Well,
we talked about this Saturday, didn't we?
Did we? Okay, I don't remember.
Well, do you guys know what's right next to the Olympics village?
A slum?
A nuclear power plant.
So?
In certain shots, you could see the cooling towers right behind Potemkin Village.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of the Olympics this year.
Okay. Heads up. Potemkin Village is not actually the name of the village. That was a made-up village that North Korea made when they allowed American journalists in way back in the day.
Okay.
Where it made it look like there was food on the shelves.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I remember that.
What's the Olympic Village called?
I don't know. I was just making a.
But I also heard that a lot of people are complaining about China's COVID rules, that they're being overly excessive on how long people, the athletes, when they get tested positive for COVID, how long they have to be in quarantine.
Dragging people out at 3 a.m.
And then the quality of the rooms are like pretty piss poor too. So
I read something about that. I'm surprised it's not in here. I thought I put it in here. Actually, it might be in the South Korean thing, the speed skating thing. How they had someone, you're positive. Oh, no, you're not. Yes, you are. And they kept moving her back and forth at like 3 a.m, like 4 days in a row or something. if you're gonna compete on a world level, you need your sleep.
Yeah.
Like, and now you can say it's not that big a deal. Yeah, it's not that big a deal to go to work, or even play hockey with your buddies. But if you're gonna compete on a world stage with the most elite athletes on the planet, you need your sleep to be even in the running.
Yeah, you want your 8 to 10 hours of sleep,
Yeah, exactly. Maybe 10 hours exactly, because you're, it frustrates me. I'm gonna go ahead right out and say it, and I don't care if YouTube kicks us off because they have a Chinese deal. The Chinese are cheating. It's incredibly obvious. Other people need to say this because they're not even trying to hide it. They're not even trying to hide this, and I was prepared to say. We even said the Olympics are here. Who cares?
Yeah, and then China started cheating, drawing more attention to it.
Then they started cheating. Exactly.
They're like, oh, nobody's watching? Okay, let's start cheating.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we say nobody's watching, but somebody is. And they went, hey, wait a minute.
I really cannot wait to see a Chinese and either Canadian, American, or Russian hockey team. Just because I want to watch some of them get bodied at this point in time.
The American hockey team's doing it's a pretty good team. I'm excited for the hockey team, but like I said last episode, there's like 10 members on that team from Massachusetts. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Sorry to get off track.
But that they're smaller. They're physically smaller than these three countries because, well, I mean, we're well fed, and the communist diet stunts your growth.
Yeah. Well, the Russians are kind of communist too, and those dudes can play hockey. No, for real, they can play hockey.
Oh yeah, they can.
Especially when they were Soviet, when they had all of Northern Asia and half of Northern Europe to choose from. People keep forgetting that Russians are Asian.
Same as Indian.
Huh?
Indians.
Yeah. Well, they're also known as a subcontinent, which I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'm pretty sure it's a broken off piece of the main continent that's kind of floating with it, but not really.
India?
That's why it's a mountain range.
What, India?
Yeah, there's a mountain range at the edge of Himalaya, right?
Himalaya, yeah, but
yeah,
it's not like
I'm pretty sure it's because a piece of the continent broke off, and now they're pushing back again. Well, pushed against each other and created a mountain range.
Yeah,
I've heard the term subcontinent, and I've always logically told myself that it broke off, but it could just be a smaller landmass. There might be more plates than I realized, and not just
Oh yeah,
That's our geographic lesson for the day.
Go to school, kids.
Fun.
India is China's penis. Sum up the entire last 5 minutes of this conversation.
What?
You can always count on Claire to bring up the penis.
There's another joke you made on top of that I'm not about to make.
Oh, come on. We all know that I like to be on top of things.
Okay, fine. Then I'll go ahead and make the joke about trannies here. Speaking of small shriveled dicks, the first gentleman
Here we go.
had to be escorted out of where?
He was in a school. It was for Black History. He was in a public school in DC. And I don't know if he's going to read him a book or what, but there was a bomb threat. And Secret Service evacuated him out. Then the principal got to leave. And after the principal got evacuated, then they evacuated the teachers and the students. They were the last ones to leave.
Okay. If I may here, I understand why you might get the president out first. I get that. But the spouse of the vice president, and then the principal, and then the children?
That's how they did it. That was the order of operations.
Maybe we should make sure people hear this. Like maybe I'll put in the effort and actually cut this up and make a little thing that's a little short of this. But I cannot believe that they gave a crap about the vice president's husband as being a VIP, save their life because the world depends on it, instead of
Well, it
Elementary
might have
school
had
children.
something to do with the fact that Secret Service was in charge of security for the event, and so their main mission is the president's family and the vice president's family, or not their main mission, but that's what one of their missions are. So,
Well, I mean, I can understand why that they got him out first, because
Secret Service did Secret Service's job.
yeah.
Well, no, it goes a little deeper than that, I think. Honestly, I think Kamala Harris would be crushed and she would lose that cackle, which makes us lose all of our intimidation factor.
Speaking of small shriveled penises, every time I hear that cackle, it turns into an innie. Yeah, clearly you're wasting all this money in hormones. You just had to listen to Kamala Harris cackle a little bit. It would have turned itself inside out.
Do you have a sample of her cackling?
Caca.
I don't, but I thought we had the View in here somewhere. No, we
covered it.
We did. Whoopi, by the way, I don't know if you guys heard, she's allegedly spending this time on suspension, learning about the Holocaust. Huh?
Hold on.
She's doing what?
She's spending this time while on suspension, like learning about the Holocaust. Now she's not like wicked pissed anymore. She's maybe I was wrong. I'm gonna learn all about this.
So she's at the Holocaust Museum in DC?
I doubt it, but she did make a statement about how she's learning the errors of her ways. So
that's never gonna get old.
No, it's never going to get old. It's going to be. I love how you guys saw that joke coming as soon as I mentioned the View again. Like, oh, here come the chickens.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you've noticed, I use a different chicken sound clip every time.
What's a different conversation from her? You know?
Exactly the point, actually. It's a different quote every time. Oh, crap. I clicked a button I should not have, but that's okay.
You're considered the most.
Is that her cackle?
So horrible. Yes.
Sounds like a chicken too.
It does actually. I thought the same thing right away. I thought you were playing a chicken clip.
I thought somebody was playing a chicken clip too. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's even.
I was the only one identified the cackle.
All right.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Well, on another exciting front,
Directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
There's that circle back we were waiting for as we circle back to the crack pipe we've brought up 3 times.
Health and Human Services has got this great $30 million grant program that's going to fund the distribution of items like crack pipes for smoking illicit substances.
This is like the free needle exchange program in California, except we're not even exchanging needles, we're giving you needles.
It's called the Harm Reduction Grant, offered by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
To help the underserved communities, right?
Oh, yes. And this is a grant authorized by the American Rescue Plan. So this is COVID money.
So COVID money, that's the disease that's killing everyone, is helping the underserved by giving them an extra serving of crack cocaine.
Well, we're not actually giving the crack cocaine. We're just giving them fresh pipe to use.
We're giving it a way to ingest the crack. Didn't Snoop Dogg blame Ronald Reagan for inventing crack and giving it to the black population?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yes, he did. Is this not Joe Biden pushing crack on the black communities when he goes under? We all know underserved communities means people of color. You can say, oh, you're racist. But when I say it means people that need help, I'm the racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know this means people of color. What color? Who knows? Because Whoopi Goldberg thinks there's white and not white. I can't believe that we're spending money to hand out crack pipes. Like this is what we're doing with our tax money.
Yeah.
And then they say we need to borrow another $3 trillion because we don't have money. It's like, stop handing out crack pipes.
Yeah.
This is why we need to stop those big bills, like the stack of thousands of papers.
The omnibus bills, or
Obamacare.
Yeah.
This is why we need to stop fucking the teachers union. Jesus, this is all coming from one place. And that's people educated into thinking that a crack person a crack addict needs.
It's better off smoking crack than getting clean.
It's better for their mental health.
No, it's tough getting over addiction. It is tough. Especially some of these more hardcore drugs, but
we shouldn't enable it with free, clean crack pipes.
No, when are you going to start subsidizing cigarettes? You know what I mean? Or reducing the tax on kegs of beer. You
forgot Joe Biden banned Newports.
He didn't actually do it.
No, but he wanted to.
Can't get them in Massachusetts.
Well, that's Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, Massachusetts did that. You're right. That is different. Yeah, Massachusetts, no flavored tobacco, no flavored vape either.
Damn.
Let me phrase that. My vape is allowed to taste like alcohol, like whiskey, bourbon.
I could do that.
Or tobacco, which you can get a couple good ones that are like a pipe tobacco bourbon blend.
But isn't it like an hour drive to another state for you?
In north or south, it's about an hour.
Yeah.
If you get caught with tobacco in your hand, wouldn't that be considered
smuggling?
Yeah.
You're allowed to have so much. Tobacco itself, you can have up to 2 cartons crossing state lines, and it's completely legal. But this is why I brought this up on the show several times. I keep thinking about flying down to Virginia, renting a U-Haul, dropping like $5,000 on menthol cigarettes and driving back up here and selling them in Boston. Well, no, they cost less than half as much as a pack of cigarettes here. Yeah. And you can get menthol here. So
you can get a carton of Newports for like at the cheaper tobacco stores for like $65, $70.
So okay, $6 a pack.
Yeah.
$6 a pack. They're like $12. Well, cigarettes are like $12 here. So even if I sell these things for $10 a pack, which by the way, I could do more because you can't get menthol. I'm looking at like a 200%
profit.
I'm sorry, like 100% profit on this trip. You know what I mean? And a U-Haul truck full of, let's say, 2,000 cartons and 10 packs per carton, and I make $6 a pack. Dear God, this makes it sound like smuggling is worth it.
Where are how many stores are you gonna have to go to buy 2,000 cartons of cigarettes?
Doesn't fucking matter. I'll have them delivered to your house in Virginia. And I'll pick them up.
Brian Shaw with the bread truck.
Yeah.
They go to unload the truck. It's like, no, just put them right in the back of the U-Haul.
Oh man. Hey, don't worry, pretty soon you're gonna get crack pipes over there too.
Problem is, smuggling cigarettes across state lines is the same organization that did Waco and Ruby Ridge.
ATF.
Yeah. Because apparently cigarettes
bad
are the same thing as automatic weapons.
Although I wouldn't smoke a cigarette from 1985.
No, I would definitely fire a Tommy gun though. I would have so much fun firing a Tommy gun. Man. Yeah.
So what's up with this Kansas woman?
She's a terrorist and she should be executed.
Yeah, she shouldn't be allowed back in the States. That's for start.
Oh, she's in Virginia.
What?
Yeah, she is
denied bail in Virginia court.
Yeah, in Virginia.
She's been overseas here. She's been following her husband, but he's an ISIS guy, like an actual, like not just a. She's been teaching kids. She's been involved, and it just made me laugh that they had this Kansas. I'm assuming it's a white woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I'm surprised they let a white American woman teach their kids how to suicide bomb. But yeah, she's been involved. She's been helping plan attacks. They were getting ready to bomb something around in the States recently, or soon anyway. I think that's what I read. So I read that when it came into the thing, but not since. Oh, she's involved with ISIS. She's actually at a higher level. She's doing the education of these people, and she's teaching children.
Right.
She's indoctrinating.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they keep telling me that there's no way to indoctrinate children, that just going to school and hearing this doesn't indoctrinate them. And they say, oh, they're indoctrinating kids by teaching them things that we don't like. So wait, what was that, Stacey Abrams? Sorry, that was a circle back to I won the election because it was a falsified election, but the election was free and fair. Well, anyway, speaking of crazy Kansas woman and crazy Stacey Abrams, crazy Rachel Maddow.
Yeah. She has left MSNBC for a few months to pursue
like
other adventures.
She's going to write a book on Trump and Russia. She really is.
Dear God, that's been debunked. Why are they still saying this insurrection crap for real? The FBI is like, no, there was no organization. That was just a bunch of pissed off people. Sorry, I got us off topic again.
Well, the big thing about Rachel Maddow leaving was
Russia.
That was her. That was MSNBC's star draw for ratings. She's gone. Ratings are even further in the tank than they were with her, and MSNBC doesn't know what to do.
Start covering news.
Good luck with that.
I think that's what's happening at CNN. I think that they're just cleaning house.
Don Lemon's got to go too.
That's where I'm going next on this one was everyone's yelling Don Lemon should go, and he should. But did they do a good enough job of firing everyone at CNN slowly that people aren't going to realize, or I'm sorry, their viewers aren't going to realize what happened?
What viewers? They got no viewers.
They're still on. They're still being published. They must have someone. They're not. Yeah, they're not reaching in their pocket like we are.
Planet Fitness, gyms.
They got a CNN contract.
I don't know, but they show the news in there, all the channels.
So with Rachel Maddow gone, does that mean Reverend Al's going to get his weekday program back again?
RESIPICT. Resist. We much.
We much.
Sorry. I need to get some Al Sharpton clips, but I'm going to feel like I completely ripped off the No Agenda show.
Yeah.
My favorite joke in meme form of all time was an Al Sharpton joke.
Tell it to me. Which one? Tell me about it.
It was, I believe you shared this with me about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, crap. I'm probably in trouble for this then.
It's gotta be.
But it was a picture of Al Sharpton on a podium yelling, and it says, all this snow is racist. It's covering up black ice.
All this white snow on top of black ice. That is a good one, actually. But the problem is you don't have to make memes of Al Sharpton. He does it of himself.
No, yeah.
But you gotta check out the No Agenda show. I know it sounds weird, but like these guys, they're funny, and they've been doing it long enough. They have like a library of hilarious clips they play, especially of Al Sharpton.
Oh yeah, they're big Al Sharpton fans.
Oh my god,
he's his own meme generator. That's for sure.
He really is. The things that come out of his mouth. Well, just like when he got all pissed off that in New York when this apartment burned down, and he was asking the firefighters why the Asian and the white family survived, but the black and the Latino and the Haitian family all died in the fire. And the firefighters, the fire chief said, because the white and the Asian families were at work.
They did not say that.
Yes. Yes. I was like, Al Sharpton, why didn't you publish that after you asked him this question? He's like, you should have kept that to yourself, you know?
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's like they were at work. I was like, oh my God. And we're banned.
I'm gonna ban myself after that one.
But that's the kind of crap that Al Sharpton does, though. You're like, dude is a walking meme machine.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to find this clip and watch it about 60
We'll circle back
million
with you
times.
directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
Let's circle back to teachers here.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite subject.
That was a good one. That was a good sound clip. I'm not very good at this yet. Apparently, teachers are just retiring or not teaching anymore.
Yeah, they're too stressed out with COVID.
Oh, so you're telling them they're not allowed to do their job? I don't know. They were paying them anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was actually what pissed off a lot of the taxpayers. Like, these teachers are getting paid to not teach my kids.
Yeah, they're teaching them at home.
Yeah, and you know what though? Blippi can do that.
He does a pretty good job.
Ray
I
knows
don't.
exactly what Blippi is. Thank
I
you.
do too. I got grandkids that like
Yeah.
Blippi.
Blippi and was it Cocoa Melon?
Oh.
Yeah, because just wait
Yeah,
till
Clay's
you
like,
come
what the
across
fuck?
with Hey Bear.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? I hooked up on Boomerang.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Boomerang, but it was a TV channel. And it's
Yeah.
got all the
the old ones.
it's got all the Hanna-Barbera stuff. So I
Yeah.
got like Flintstones, Jetsons, Care Bears.
I can't stand the Care Bears.
Oh, the baby loves Care Bears.
And
They're
you
still
love it
making
too.
new
You
ones.
just get stoned and watch the cartoons with the kid.
Well, I was getting excited that she's about old enough to start watching SpongeBob, and I was like, I'm gonna get wicked stoned and watch SpongeBob with her. But apparently, SpongeBob's gonna tell me to kill her.
Yeah, not a good idea. Was it SpongeBob or was it the other guy?
Are you talking about Patrick Starfish or Squid?
Yeah, Patrick Starfish.
It was Gary.
Gary was the snail, is his pet.
It was Gary that told her to kill the kid.
You know, it's funny. SpongeBob was after me growing up, but I'm not kidding you. We used to smoke on a pot
Yeah.
and watch SpongeBob and just laugh our asses off when we were like 18, 16.
Pretty soon, SpongeBob's gonna have to get moved to Adult Swim.
Maybe, but Adult Swim's still doing some funny stuff. Actually, Noah Jenner show brought it up the other day, the Space Ghost. And I laughed because they couldn't remember the dude's name when they were trying to talk about Space Ghost. Are you guys familiar with Space Ghost?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Okay. Basically, like, you know, they used to do these interview things, and like one person would ask like a politician a bunch of questions, but they only recorded the answers, and then they like wrote down the questions for like a news station. So it sounded like the news station was interviewing them.
Yeah.
Space Ghost used to ask different questions to the answers. And it was a cartoon. He's like behind a desk at like a late show. It was absolutely not. He's like, oh yeah, what we plan to do is just blow them all up and you know, clean up the mess and make sure there's no one left behind. But that was the answer from Obama. But Space Ghost is like, well, what are we gonna do about these children protesting that they can't have chocolate milk at school? It was like, well, we're gonna blow them all up. Yeah. I think it's still on Adult Swim at like 1:30 in the morning. It's like 15 minutes long doing a late night show. It's hilarious.
So when they say teachers are leaving, a few people are choosing this field, they're not even talking about like homeschooling, because me and my wife are thinking about homeschooling, and it also is a lot of a charter school open up too.
Tell you something the wife and I have been talking about, if we did move back down south, is because for real, the public schools, especially in the Gloucester, Newport News area, are really garbage. They really are. We were talking about setting up or getting in some kind of pod learning or a co-op thing where like 6 or 7 families get together and hire a teacher to teach their kids together. And then like, you know, hey, John Johnson has Tuesday off for whatever reason, and he's going to come in and teach everyone how an internal combustion engine works, you know?
Yeah.
And, hey, as long as you meet the criteria required by the state, it's completely legal, and you don't necessarily have to do even a school. You could hire a teachers that teach the criteria, and then this is what we want on top. And seriously, 6 or 7 families can do that, and you get way more one-on-one time. And I think this is the way to go, and this is why I'm for school choice. I think if you don't want to go to public school, you should get a check for, let's say, 75% of the taxes you paid in for public school.
Yeah.
You don't even get it all back. Let's just say 75% that you get a check to go pay for other education.
Yeah, and these parents that are staying home with the kids because the kids can't go to school are being turned into at-home parents anyway. So it would be more beneficial to the kids, in my opinion,
to actually do school then.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I like the idea of this. I don't know. I've heard it called pod learning. The wife's just been calling it a co-op.
Yeah, I just sent you 2 groups I follow here in Hampton Roads. It's homeschooling.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye on it.
All right.
You know, if you're interested.
Well, the big news last year was Virginia, when they had the Democrat-controlled House, Senate, and governors, they ratified the Equal Rights Amendment.
Yeah.
We became the 38th state to do that.
What exactly does this Equal Rights Amendment mean?
Probably gaslighting.
No,
this was women were going to have the same rights as men.
Okay. Could a woman own land?
Vote?
Before
run for office? Own a gun?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, when the Congress put this amendment in place, they put a time limit on it. It had to be ratified by.
Well, here's the problem: is you go ahead and
but they started the push for this started in the 70s, and it had to be ratified by 1982. 22 years later, we ratified it, becoming a 38th state. And so now they think it should be the 28th Amendment.
The Constitution itself is equal rights, right?
Yes.
Right. So why? I mean, go ahead and ratify a stupid amendment, but that's just like if these people are saying that there's no such thing as critical race theory and it's not being taught in schools, go ahead and sign off saying we'll ban from being taught in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I say go ahead and sign off on this shit. Make these people feel better because the Constitution itself says we are all equal under the law, no matter what.
Well, the reason why the founders made amendments so difficult to do is because it's hard to change an amendment. So you want to make sure that whatever amendments get added to the Constitution are actually wanted. Exactly. And
it's going to stick around.
And it shows you that this might not have been a big deal. I mean, if it took 40 years to get 38 states to agree to it.
My biggest question for this is, what if this does become the 28th Amendment? What would the unforeseen consequences of it? I mean, are people going to use this amendment to put one side over the other as they have been with wokeism, which they've been using it to
actually a quote equal rights amendment in theory should shut the woke people up because they're not allowed to say my butt hurts more than yours now.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's kind of what it sounds like they're trying to do. It's like, well, now it's passed. Now you're not allowed to say your butt hurts more. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter what junk you think you have between your legs. It doesn't matter who you want to have sex with.
But in their mind, here's what they would say, and I'm sorry, I'm just
That's why you never
paraphrasing on this one.
apologize to the mob.
Yes, but they would be saying, well, now that we have equal rights, we need to make sure everything is equal. And they would try to shove equity as politicians into
Equity and equality are not the same
I
thing.
understand this, but I'm
That's
just
why
saying how
that's why they
attack it.
Circling back to the thing as they can change in definitions of words. That's why they keep saying equity and not equality.
Oh, I understand.
They want to make sure everyone gets paid the same, not on what they're just like they're still using that 77 cents on the dollar bullshit from like 1981, since before I was born.
Yeah.
Has anyone looked at any of these numbers in the last 10 years? Because they're out there. Women are being accepted to college at a much higher rate.
Yeah, because men had decided not to go to college.
Well, no, because women get affirmative action, just like Asians can't get into college. And on average, women under 40 right now make more money than men under 40. But if you even bring this argument up, they argue, if you bring that up and say this, every time I have anyway, I've always got, well, maybe women are just doing a better job at it. Like, maybe, but that's literally the argument that men were using before they let women into the workforce. Right?
Yep.
Just like the Democrats right now is saying that the white savior complex that they have. Yeah, well, these people can't survive without me looking out for them. That's literally the exact same argument slave owners used, saying they can't handle themselves. They were throwing spears at antelope on a plane, and now at least they have a home and food every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same argument, isn't it? They're better off under my thumb.
Yeah. Also, one of the big things is why women are getting into the workforce is not only are they the companies that hire predominantly women getting tax breaks, but you also have to factor in the fact that a lot of these people that are graduating college are predominantly women. Not only is it just women getting into college, it's women coming out of college.
Oh yeah, there's more of them graduating percentage than enlisting in terms of men. More men drop out.
And not only that, but our education system has been predominantly designed to favor women at this point.
Because 30 years ago, it looked like we were favoring the way boys think.
Mm-hmm.
And we changed our education system to favor girls. But problem is, no one seemed to think of, hey, if we realize there's a different way of learning, maybe we shouldn't abandon one. Maybe we should have a mixture.
Well, I mean, boys get diagnosed with ADD in an alarmingly disproportionate rate because
they're boys.
Yeah,
and they're given drugs,
and they're given drugs.
But boys are more active. You know, they need to,
exercise.
I know this is gonna sound sexist, but on average, women are smarter than men. Typically speaking, like your average person to average person, but it's a bell curve.
Yeah.
And your bell curves line up, and the average woman is smarter than your average man. But men have way more geniuses and way more, I can't tie my own shoes or wipe my own ass. Yeah. Well, it's a flatter line for men. So there's still an average, but you have some people that are just fucking brilliant, like Newton, you know what I mean? Or Einstein. But you also get a whole bunch of people like anyone who wins a Darwin Award is always a man, right? yes, it always is. You
had to say that while I was taking a drink.
Usually for Florida.
Yeah, Florida man, exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. It sounds sexist, but exactly. Your average woman's smarter than your average man, but your truly brilliant people and your truly stupid people tend to be men. Now, don't get me wrong. You still get Marie Curie, and you know what I mean. It's just these are the numbers that are out there that you can see the bell curves, but no one is willing to look at the actual data because they always say the science is settled.
Yeah, they use that point to shut down conversations all the time.
Well, what kind of idiot? Oh, I'm going to use the R word. What kind of retard is going to tell you the science is settled?
I don't think any professional scientist would ever tell you the science is settled on a topic because they know better.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I brought some evidence. I'm like, oh, let me see it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's that phrase in science. It's like they learn twice as much from their failures as they do their success.
Yeah. Anyway, anyone got anything else left?
No.
All right. That's our shit. Cut it.
Where's the music?
Yeah, where's the outro?
Oh, I was completely unprepared.
Yeah.
I have got it. Oh no, I don't even have it loaded up. That sucks even more.
Oh damn. Hey, I think I got a video of the crane that fell off.
Really? You actually have a video of it?
Yeah, there's over here in Wavy 10. I'm looking at it right now. No,
This has
no
been
video.
another riveting episode of the Jeffrey and Brian Show.
We're cutting our turd off because this is a giant dump we took.
Maybe.
And
Man overboard. And you taking that shit.
there will be chickens.
Probably, along with the crickets.